welcome back, and welcome back. Today we are going to be making some shoyu chicken. Yes, yes. You need anywhere from 5 to 6 pounds of chicken. You want to have the bone in, skin on. I prefer to use thighs, but I'm using what I've got in my freezer, and I've got legs. So that's what we're going to use, the drumsticks. But if you can, the thighs, that's what I prefer to use, but they both work out just fine. We're going to use some brown sugar. That is some ginger. We're going to use some rice cooking wine, some soy sauce. Make sure you get the low sodium if you decide to do this dish. Black pepper. We're going to use some chicken broth, some garlic. We're going to need some cornstarch and some water. Here is a shot of everything we're going to use. You need 5 to 6 pounds of the meat as well. Let's get cooking, you guys. All right. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we've got, like I said, anywhere from 5 to 6 pounds of chicken thighs or legs in this case, and I'm going to put that whole bottle of soy sauce in here, which is about 2 cups. Okay, so we're going to put that in there, and we're going to put about 5 cups of chicken broth in here, which I'm going to just go ahead and use this whole big carton, which is, how big is this thing? 48 ounces. Because one thing you have to make sure when making this particular dish, everybody has to be covered up. Everybody's got to be covered up. That's enough. That's not quite the whole carton, but close enough. And then we're going to use about 3/4 of a cup of this rice cooking wine. Just going to use the rest of that. We're going to put in some pepper. I'd say about a couple of tablespoons of that. And then we're going to also put in some garlic. If you're using cloves, I would say maybe about 5 cloves. And you know I love garlic, so that's right up my alley for this recipe. There we go. And then the last thing we're going to put in is this brown sugar. Well, not the last thing. We do still have something else to put in here. And get that brown sugar in there. And you need about a cup of this. And if you're going to do a cup and measure it, make sure it's packed, okay? And then we're going to go in with that ginger. I'm just going to plop those babies on in there, which is the same thing you could do if you were doing the cloves. So just going to give that a little zhuzh because I want all them ingredients kind of mixed together. Yum, yum, yummy. We're going to bring this baby to a boil. But like I said, we want everybody covered up. We're going to bring it to a boil, just a couple of minutes. I'll put my lid on, and I'll be right back, okay? All right, once this comes to a boil, you want to turn it down to a simmer. We're going to put the lid back on, give it a little stir. Get those juices and all that stuff back off in there. Give it a little stir, and we're going to let it go again. And this time we're going to let it go for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we're going to stir it again, all right? All right, I'll be back. Lid on. You definitely want to have the lid on to let it simmer. Okay, I'll be back. All right, it's been 15 minutes. Just kind of want to stir this all around. Make sure everybody's getting well done. Make sure everybody's enjoying the party. All right. And we're going to put the lid back on for 15 more minutes. And then it'll be done. I'll be back. All right, our chicken has been cooking for a little bit. It's time to take that chicken on out of there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that chicken out of there. It's good and done. It is falling off the bone, trying to keep it together. While I grab the ladle, trying not to lose my pieces. So I'm just going to proceed to keep taking this out, and I'll be right back. Okay, and once you've got that chicken out of there, you want to go ahead, if you used whole cloves of garlic, then go ahead and get those and all that ginger out of there, because we're not going to use that anymore. It has done its job. But I love my little garlic pieces, so I am good to go. Make sure we got all that stuff that we don't want in there out. That's all the ginger, and I'll be right back. Okay, I used 5 tablespoons of cornstarch and 5 tablespoons of water. And now we're going to thicken up our little sauce here. So we're going to let it keep going, and we're just going to occasionally keep stirring. And we're going to let this joker thicken on up, and then we're going to put that chicken in there. So we're going to give this about 5 minutes. I'm just going to stir a little bit here and there. And let this baby thicken right on up. You can already see that it's thickening up. Oh, yes. And then we're going to put this over a bed of rice. Oh, yes, we are. And it's going to be absolutely delicious. If you have never tried this before, shoyu chicken is so delicious. It really is. And you can do it with, you know, skinless and boneless pieces of meat as well. But the flavor that you get from the bone and the skin is just that little something extra. And I kind of want it in mine. But if you don't, that's fine. If you're not a meat eater, you could probably do this with, you'd have to make the sauce and then use the bone broth to help give you that extra flavor. And use like eggplant or even some portobello mushrooms. That would be good too. Yes, it would. All right. I'm just going to give this 5 minutes, and I'm going to be stirring just like you see me stirring now. I'm going to do this for the next 5 minutes, and I'll be back, okay? All right, my sauce is thick enough for me. I guess I could show you how thick that is, because I like to pour mine over rice. Okay? You can get it a little thicker by letting it cook a little longer for you, okay? So I'm going to put my chicken back in. And then I am going to plate her up. Yum, yum, and yum. I'm telling you. This is so delicious. You will love it. You can also put this over noodles. It doesn't have to be over rice, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it over some rice. But you can also put this over some noodles. And oh my goodness, let me tell you. And no, we're going to put those juices back in there. All right. So this is all that's left. I'm going to turn it off, plate her up, and I'll be back. And there she is. You see why I wanted that sauce the way I wanted it? Put it over that rice, or like I said, some noodles. Please like and subscribe, and feel free to share. Shoyu chicken. Absolutely, with brown rice. Sprinkled with green onions. Things made easy with Gigi. All day, every day. Look at that. I tore that little piece open so you can kind of see just how juicy she is and how she just falls apart. Everybody be blessed and stay safe. Know that you're going to get to see Gigi on the next one. Yummy. Take care, you guys.